Hey second graders, today we are going to be drawing Pablo Picasso. And Pablo Picasso was a famous painter. He's one of the most famous painters. And he is known for something called Cubism. One of my favorite things about Pablo Picasso, we only usually call him Picasso, but he was born with a very rich, long name, and his real name is Pablo Diego Jose Francisco de Paula Juan Nepomuceno Maria de los Remedios Cipriano de la Santísima Trinidad Ruiz y Picasso. Right? So awesome. But we just call him Picasso. So we are going to draw Picasso. And he is a Spanish painter, so he was born in Spain. And so we're gonna go about 3 fingers down and make a very rounded nose right in that middle of the paper. We're gonna do some nostrils on the side of that nose. And then we're gonna do some lines to make it even more rounded. So some little lines that come in just to make it a little more rounded. Then I'm gonna draw the bridge of his nose coming up from that line, then a little one on this side. And from there I can place my eyes. So I'm gonna make very big eyes. One on that side, one on this side, and big oval right there in the middle. And then a pupil right there in the middle, color that in black. Okay, so now we have his eyes. For his eyebrows, I'm gonna do them very thin. So I'm gonna go like this, and I'm just gonna draw one line. Same thing on this side, just one line over those eyes. Because we're gonna be adding a lot of wrinkles in there on that beautiful face of his. Okay? So from here, I'm going to add some what we call crow's feet wrinkles on the side of his eyes, and a couple down here right under the eye, 2 kind of coming in, and then I'm gonna make some lines right here on the forehead that kind of come over just like that. Okay, from his eye over here, I'm going to make his ear. It's just gonna come down like this. Do the same thing on this side. Gonna kind of come down like that. And I can add some lines in those ears, give them some shape. Then I'm gonna connect those ears with a rounded oval chin, just like that. He's gonna have kind of thin lips. So about 1 finger space down from his nose, I'm just gonna make kind of a line that comes across. Do the same thing on the bottom, and I can connect those lines just like that. I'm gonna make some curve from his nose right under his mouth. Same thing on this side, right under that mouth, just like that. And then I'm gonna make a line for his cheekbone, so it's gonna come kind of from the ear towards the nose. Same thing on this side. And then a line that just kind of comes down, very light. Now for his head, I'm gonna come from the top of the ear and I'm gonna make it very round, kind of right through those numbers, all the way to the other top of the ear. It's very round, and I'm only gonna give him hair on the side of his head, not on the top. He was bald on the top towards later in life. So I'm just gonna give him some hair, kind of comes out here and here, okay, with my marker. I like to use my artist pen. And then we can draw his neck, a little neck that comes down from his chin. And we'll curve it in to show the collar of his shirt. And then we're gonna draw his shoulders that kind of come there, curved off the side of the page. I'm gonna make the collar of his shirt, so I'm gonna come right here. I'm gonna make a collar that just goes parallel to that top line. And then I'm gonna draw lines for where his arms are. And then what I'm gonna do is we're gonna make his shirt stripes. So I'm gonna take my marker and I'm just gonna lightly do some stripes here and some stripes off of his shoulder like that. Okay, and now that we have him ready to go, we are ready to color. So I'm gonna get a brown and I'm gonna color his face in lightly, like a light brown. Right over those eyes, ears, over the nose, even over the mouth, and that neck. Now, you don't have to color his hair, but I want to make it gray, so I'm even going to do a little bit of gray right over those pieces of hair that I drew. Okay. And then his shirt is going to be a pattern of black and white. So I'm gonna get my black crayon and I'm gonna color that collar black, just like that. It's gonna be a pattern, so I'm gonna skip this next line and I'm gonna color that next one black. That stripe all the way across. And then I'm gonna skip this one, skip that one from his arm, and I'll color that sleeve in. I'll skip this one on this sleeve and color that in. And if you have more space, you can do another pattern all the way down. I'm gonna color his eyes dark brown. I'm gonna add a little bit of pink to his lips. And then there you go, your Pablo Picasso. And again, you can add some fun stuff to the background, maybe some paint or splatters or paintbrush, and just have fun. Great job.